Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through this pretest, starting with without graphing, classify each system as independent, dependent, or inconsistent. If the system's independent, it means it has one solution. If it's dependent, it means it has infinitely many. And if it's inconsistent, it has no solution. So basically what we're doing is we're seeing, do the lines hit at one spot? Do the lines hit at all of the points, so they're the same line? Or are the lines parallel? So if the lines are parallel, that means that they're inconsistent. It means that they have the same slope but different y-intercept. If they're dependent, then what is happening is they have the same slope and the same y-intercept. Independent means that their slopes are different. So let's begin by looking at this one. This one has it in slope-intercept form. So the slope is easily identified. Here the slope is 1. Here the slope is -2. Because we have different slopes, we're going to say that this is independent. And that will hit at one point. Here we don't have that nice y equals mx plus b form, so what we're going to do is get y alone by adding 7 to both sides. So by adding 7 to both sides, this guy has now become y equals 2x plus 7. This one's in standard form. So what we would like to do is put it into slope-intercept form. And so to put it into slope-intercept form, we would want to get the x and y on opposite sides. So we would do this, and so far we have -2y is equal to -4x plus 14. When we divide everything by -2, that's going to allow us to get the y alone. So we'll have y is equal to 2x. You can see how it has the same slope, but you can also see that the y-intercept is different. So since they have the same slope and the y-intercept is different, that means that they are parallel. So this one is inconsistent. Okay, so the second equation here is in slope-intercept form, so we can identify the slope as 3/4. The first one is in standard form, so let's go ahead and put it into slope-intercept form. Like we said before, we want x and y on different sides. So we're going to have -4y is equal to -3x plus 12. When we divide every term by -4, we will see that our y value would be the same as 3/4 x minus 3. So our slopes are the same, but our y-intercepts are different again, so thus being inconsistent. If our y-intercepts were the same, then it would be the same line, and so thus dependent. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the next problem, which is we're not going to solve for it, but we're going to just choose the method that's easiest for us. To be honest with you, the answer is as good as you make it. So for me, I would probably say that the y is already alone, so I would use substitution to substitute this value in for y. So that would be my method that I chose and the reason why I chose that method. Now, if you choose elimination, and that's because elimination is the best, most accurate way for you to do it, then write that down. I mean, it's really not meant to be a hard question. Okay. So 5 to 10, we're going to go ahead and solve these. And you're going to see that I'm going to solve these, a majority of these, by elimination. And that's because I find that that's a lot easier than substitution a lot of times. So this guy is already lined up. The x's are lined up, the y's are lined up, equals are lined up, and the constants are lined up. So we're just going to go ahead and try to make either the x or y opposites. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the y. But right now you see how this is a 2 and this is a 1. So I need this to be a -2. So I'm going to multiply the second equation by -2. So I'll have 3x plus 2y equals 12. That's my first equation. We'll label that A. And then this one B. And then we'll have 2 times B would actually be 2x plus 2y equals 6. Now notice I did 2 times B. We really wanted -2 times B, so this would be a -2, this would be a -2, and this would be a -6, because we would take that -2 all the way through. The reason why is because we need this to be 0. So now we're left with x is equal to 6, so that's our x value. So what we're going to do now is find out what y value is partnering up with this x. So you can either use A or B. I'm going to go ahead and use B. And I'm going to go ahead and put the 6 in for the x. And then solve for the y. Now it says right here, it reminds you, your answer should be points. Well, if I have an x value and a y value, I have the point 6, -3. So that would be my answer. Okay. Now looking at this again, I'm going to use elimination. I'm going to eliminate the y's again just because this is already negative and this is positive. I'm going to multiply this whole thing by a 2 this time. So let's say that this was A and this is B. I'm going to take my A equation, x minus 4y equals 16, and I'm going to have just a positive 2 times B. So 2x plus 4y is equal to 8. When we do that, we zero out that y. So now we're left with 3x is equal to 24. Divide by 3, and you get x is equal to 8. So there's your x value, and you can plug it into either A or B. I'm going to choose B again. 8 plus 2y is equal to 4. Subtract 8 because we're trying to solve for y. We have 2y is equal to -4. Divide by 2. Y is equal to -2. So again, we have an x value and we have a y value. Remembering that our answers should be ordered pairs, we're going to go ahead and write the ordered pair as 8, -2. Okay. Let me just make sure that I'm in the screen. Okay. The next one, you guys, we're going to look at is this one, number 7. Now, I already have a negative here, so I'm going to go ahead and work that one. I'm going to multiply this whole thing by a 2. So again, we'll call this A and this B. So I'm going to take 2 times my A, which is 6x minus 2y equals 4. And I'm just going to add it to my B. When we do that, we eliminate the y. So now we have 6 and 6, so that's 12x is equal to 20. Divide by 12, divide by 12. And that's not really a number that we like that much, but it is both divisible. They're both divisible by 2, so we're going to, by 4, so we're going to get a 5/3. So that's our x value, and we're going to go ahead and substitute it into either A or B. It doesn't matter which one you substitute it in for, but I'm going to substitute it in for A. So we're going to have 3 times, and then our x value is 5/3 minus y is equal to 2. You can see how the 3's are going to make a 1 there. So we have 5 minus y is equal to 2. Subtracting 5, we will find out that the opposite of y is equal to -3. Dividing by -1, and you get y is equal to 3. Remembering that our answer is an ordered pair, we go ahead and write it as an ordered pair. Next one, you see how this is a little bit different. There's a squared in here, okay? So we are going to go ahead and solve this by substitution because we wouldn't be able to, well, we could eliminate. Let's see. We're first going to